Hello, what's going on guys? It's 4Strings Animation here, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make this character right here. So this starts out as a low poly character. It's a quick tutorial for modeling, and then we go into the basics of applying a simple rig. So if I go back into object mode, this is a rig that comes in with Rigify. I'll get more into this later on in the video. So, hope you enjoy. Okay, hop on into Blender. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by deleting everything. So press A, X, and delete. So, as you can see, we have nothing in the scene collection or the normal collection. So, now we're gonna add a, armature, basic human meta rig. Now, you have to have the Rigify add-on in here. So, as you can see, I have a lot in here, but you have to have the Rigify add-on in here. So, yeah, that will make it so that you can add this type of rig. It's a really nice rig that you can use. It's very simple. There's not all like the face stuff because we're just gonna be making a low poly character today. So in the next video we're gonna be animating it. So we need to start out with something simple. So then we're gonna add in our mesh cube again. Scale that way down. Remember, this is a just quick and easy tutorial on how to make it. So then we're going to hop into edit mode, press 3 for face select, right? And click the top face, scale it up a little bit, E to extrude again, scale down, E to extrude. Now this is just a simple way to make a torso. You can make it a little different just by scaling it down. Taking this bottom face first, G, Z to move that face down a little bit, E to extrude, S to scale. This is a good way to make a dress. Just have to keep going like this. Or what you can do, just don't move it down as far. Scale it up, E to extrude, scale. The idea with scaling it is you don't want it to go down and then way out. So you want to scale this down a little more so it sort of lines up. And you go E again, S to scale, right? E to extrude, S to scale, E to extrude, S to scale, just like that. E to extrude all the way down, S to scale inwards a little bit, and then G to move down. And yeah, that's what you have to do for the bottom half. And then we're just gonna press Option click to select this loop, Shift click the top one, and then scale that up a little bit. Take the top face, scale down, and E to extrude, S to scale, E to extrude, S to scale, just like that. Then we're going to scale this up a little bit more. Not on the Z though. So like this, because we want her to have just a little bit of a body. Then 2, option click here for this loop cut. Scale that up. 3 to go back into face select. Select this top face. Press I to insect it. So we can make a little neck. Then you can use this here, or you can use a numpad. I personally don't have a numpad right now, but so I just use these. If we go into this front view right here, you can also go to view, viewpoint, front. Then you're gonna extrude this like that. Just go back into front view. Extrude it there. Scale it. Actually, don't scale it. Extrude it again. then Shift Option and click this face right here. So now we have the whole head selected, and that's just by pressing Shift Option like that, because you had the top face selected already. Then actually deselect the top face, and then we're gonna go back to front view, Option E, and then extrude faces along normals. So that'll make all of those faces go outwards a little bit, which will make a nice square looking head, right? Now, personally, I don't like making arms because it's just one more thing to do, but you can if you want. I'm gonna show you how in this video, but it's a little annoying to animate. So what we're gonna do to make this process a little shorter is we're going to turn on the auto mirror. We're gonna make sure it's on X, and all of these are default is good. Press auto mirror. This is actually an add-on called auto mirror. If you go into, you just have to search it. It's already in Blender. You just have to select it just like that, and then now what we want to do is we want to adjust the top a little bit. So go to 3 for face select, G, Z to move it up, rotate on the Y a little bit to give her shoulders, just like that. And then if we go to 1, vertice select, we can take this, move it down to make a little bit of a collar type thing there. And then if we take the back one, we can move it up a little bit. So we don't want both sides to be completely symmetrical. Then we go to back to 3 for face select. We're gonna take this piece right here. We're gonna press I, and then don't move it at all and click. That way we can scale it down on the Y and scale it down on the Z. Maybe a little more on the Y. But the thing is, once we add it, we won't have to, but if you want to add a subdivision surface, you want to make the arm bigger than you think, because the subdivision surface is going to make it go smaller. Or what you could do is once you add the subdivision surface, so let's say I finish my thing. Actually, let me make a quick arm real fast. Once you make the subdivision surface, you see how the arms go really thin there, right? You can do Control R, right? Add a loop cut and make them bigger like that. Or you can press A, subdivide, right click subdivide, and you can do that like twice or something, and it'll keep the arms how they were. Right, so, but for now, we are not going to be using our subdivision surface yet. And we're just going to make our arms first. We're gonna go into the top view. We're gonna press E to extrude, right? And then you see and then we have to move it on the Y-axis so it lines up with the armature. And then we go here to front view, and you see how they're a little high up? We wanna bring them down a little bit. And then rotate this face on the Y. That way it lines up. Go back to the Z, top view. E to extrude, and then bring it back on the Y. Bring it down on the Z. Go back to front view, or top view, and we're just gonna do this 2 more times. E to extrude. This time we're gonna move this a little bit in, because we just wanna keep it lined up. Move it down. Right, and this time we're actually gonna scale it down a little bit for a nice little wrist. And then we're going to press Shift D, right? So we're gonna duplicate the face, Shift D. See, we have that face, press right click, so it stays in the same place. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to top view, E, G, Z, Y. Just like that. Back to front view, G, Z, and then scale it down. So now we have nice hands, If we press 2, and then select this loop cut right here. Maybe it's not working because of the duplicate, but option click. Yeah, it's not working because of the duplicate. But you can shift click all of this whole loop right here, and then scale that down, just like that. And you may notice that she doesn't have feet yet. Well, this part is going to be really easy. All we need to do is, since there's a dress, we just need to go down to here and basically do exactly what we did with the arms. We press I, don't move your cursor, click, scale on the Y, scale on the X, like that, GX, right? And if we deselect use clip, GX, something's weird here. Oh, deselect merge, I'm pretty sure. GX, guess not. Well, instead of pressing I to insect and all of that, then we can just press I to insect. Bring it down on the X, scale down on the Y. You can just do that. It's a little more, it's a bit faster, but the other way is a little more accurate in my opinion. And then, not scale. And then G on the Y, just make this just a little bit small for like an ankle. And then you want to bring it down to about that little circle there. Best if you're in side view for this. Like that. And then bring it all the way down to here. Right? Go and take this face, go back to side view, E to extrude on the Y, right here. If it makes it so that you go down like this, if you're in 2.9, that's just because you just have to press Y again, and it'll go onto the local Y. So go like that, scale down on the Z, move it down on the Z so it's touching that Y-axis line. You can adjust this however you want. I found that if you take this piece down a little bit more, like to there, and then you add a loop cut, right, maybe like right there. Take this piece here. You can move this down. I found the down looks pretty good, or you can move it up to make a weird looking shoe. But if you move it down like this, that'll be perfectly good, perfectly fine. And N. Now we have our little low poly character right here. If we go back into object mode and we apply this, then we go back into edit mode. Everything that we did on this side has been done on this side. So that's really useful. You should definitely use that on. We can just refine this this little inside a little bit, like her waist, because I see here that I did a little bit too much of a scale here. So all we need to do, one second, is we need to select this loop cut right here and scale it down just a tiny bit, just like that, right? And then if we maybe go back into vertice select, we can make this little collar a little higher so you can really define which is which. Now if you wanted to add a subdivision surface, now would be the time. But before you do that, I would subdivide it like once or twice, and then go Control 2 for the subdivision surface. And then shade smooth. It just makes it look a little more smooth. And you see this thing right here, that's just a crease in the subdivision surface. It's fine though, it won't really matter. But now that we have the armature aligned with the model, all we have to do is go into these settings, click on the armature, go into this setting near the meta rig, and then press generate rig under rigify buttons. Now, it makes this really complicated rig, which I'll explain in the next video. But all you have to do to apply it to the character is click on the armature, the meta rig, shift click on the what's it called, the new rig, and then press Command P, right? And that's like the hotkey to set parent. I'm pretty sure if you go like this into object, there's the parent right here, and what you have to do is do armature deform, like that. Now they're connected in one spot, so you can see that right here, the meta rig is in the rig. Then you go, the meta rig is, you see these little things that's with the rig, and then you click on the actual character, then click on the shift click. So click on the character, shift click on the rig, so you see the character turns red, and then press Command P, and then do with automatic weights. You can also do this in the object settings, parent, with automatic weights. So this will make it so that we can animate the character. So if you take this and then you go Control Tab to go into pose mode, or you just use this, then you see this rig and it's actually connected to the character, as you can see. We're going to be animating a walk cycle in the next video, and so stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you soon. Bye.